Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a few things that I've come across in my natural hair journey that I think is stopping some people from seeing hair growth and from length retention. A lot of us, our hair grows, okay? Some of us, we have very thick and full hair, but you know, it does happen sometimes that for years we've never even seen the full potential of our hair because we don't know how to manage our hair. We don't believe our hair does grow. We sometimes have a conception or a perception that our hair will only reach a certain length and it will not grow longer than that because we haven't seen a lot of people around us with long hair. I wanted to do this video just to talk about a few of these things that I've come across that some people have said to me as well. I've managed to grow my hair to waist length and I'm actually wanting to see if it can grow even longer than that, okay? So a lot of people, what they say to me is that I've got good genetics or I've got good hair. While this is partly true, I've also noticed that a lot of people have thick hair naturally. They have nice texture, they have very full hair naturally, but they have mistreated their hair so much that they hardly believe that they have good hair to start with. So I think it's worthwhile not sticking to this belief that good hair or long hair is about genetics or thick hair is about genetics. I've seen a lot of transformation in my own hair journey, depending on the foods that I'm eating, depending on whether I'm living a healthy lifestyle, excluding certain foods from my diet. So it's not only about genetics. And even if we were to speak about genetics in general, the Bantu people, which I am part of, we do have very full and thick hair. It's just a few things that you need to learn about maintaining your natural hair that will take it to the next level, okay? Also, another thing is that some people are not even open to their thoughts. They quickly dismiss it, that there's no way. There was a girl once, I had posted a picture of mine on Facebook. She attacked me, like really said I'm selling people dreams, telling people about this being my natural hair when in fact it's not. For me, more than accusing me of being a liar, it was such a deep-rooted belief that our hair can never grow that long. It was actually such a confirmation for me that a lot of people do not believe that black hair can grow long. But if you look across YouTube, other than people who are mixed, just pure natural people who are Africans, maybe from Nigeria, some from South Africans. I've seen a lot of YouTubers from South Africa with very healthy and long natural hair. So it's got nothing to do you know, with your nativity. You just need to dismiss that thought that says that there's nothing that you can do to influence your hair growth journey. And I've seen there's a lot of things that when I change in my hair practices really make a big difference, okay? Some people, the third thing is unrealistic about you know, the change that they want to see in their hair. Somebody has been braiding up until the hairline is up to all the way here, and you know, they try a product or they try to change some of their practices. Less than a month, they say it's not working. Okay, that's really being unrealistic. You have to think about the amount of time you have been doing so much damage to your hair. Chemical relaxers. When I stopped using chemical relaxers, it really took a lot of time for my hair to regain the thickness, especially around the front line. I've got some old pictures where my hairline is very weak when I was still you know, practicing the incorrect practices. So it does take time, just like gym. You know, you can't go to gym for a few days or a few weeks and then say it's not working. You have to invest in the lifestyle. You have to believe in the process as well to see and say to yourself that it will take time to reverse all the damage, especially chemical damage. If you've been using chemical dyes, especially peroxide, if you've dyed your hair blonde, those are things that really damage our hair and can take time to reverse. Some people who have alopecia, this will take even more time because the damage is internal. I always say to when I talk about natural hair or hair growth in general, hair is like a byproduct, and it's one of those things that the body doesn't give much attention to unless your overall health is well. So if you are unhealthy, your body is going to neglect your hair and focus on what's essential for your survival. Okay, which means that your hair is the last thing on your body's mind. So then when you are unhealthy, you will start seeing your hair is starting to suffer. And a lot of alopecia reasons, it's because of an autoimmune disease where the person needs to work on the immune system to strengthen and to cleanse out their system and rebuild from within before they start seeing the improvements on the outside. Okay, not using the correct products. I promise you, as much as hair practices and a healthy lifestyle is important, the right products are very important, particularly essential oils. So essential oils are extracts or the essence of certain plants, and certain plants have been proven even in science to be very effective for hair growth. Okay, things like rosemary, things like bringraj, things like amla, some oils like castor seed oil, or olive oil. Those things are very good at improving the condition of your hair, feeding your hair from your follicles, and stimulating your follicles when they have been damaged and reawaken them. If you use these things like fenugreek, hibiscus, I promise you, you will see a difference. Massaging your scalp is very important. Okay, when you start implementing those practices, you will see a difference. Okay, also, what some people say to me is, if I use this, will my hair be like yours? Okay, we all have different textures, we all have different colored hair, we all have different thickness. Okay, there are some Ayurvedic herbs that have been known to thicken the hair strands because they coat it. And also, so hair is made up of sulfur to sulfur bonds, and those to protein, sulfur to protein bonds. And if you feed yourself with a lot of protein, take collagen, and eat foods that are rich in sulfur, you will see that your hair will start to thicken, because obviously you're giving your body the right ingredients or the right units to make up your hair. And people who start making these changes, they definitely see a big improvement in their hair. Which brings me to supplements. Okay, there are a lot of supplements that have been shown to improve, because sometimes not having like healthy hair growth is sometimes as a result of certain deficiencies, like iron deficiencies, not enough protein in your diet, not enough folic acid, not enough collagen. So when you take these certain types of supplements, they really do help to boost the growth. As I said earlier, that your hair is made up of protein structures linked with sulfur bonds. So if you eat a diet that's rich in sulfur, things like onion, things like garlic, you can also add a sulfur supplements like MSM. All of those things provide your body with the right nutrients to then kickstart your hair growth journey. Also on the collagen side, okay, if you are maybe vegetarian and you cannot take collagen products, there is something called sea moss. Sea moss is very, very, very good substitute to provide your body with the right amino acids to make up the proteins, and it's got a lot of minerals that your body needs to function properly. When your body functions properly, it will make your hair grow, because your body is not taking away what your body needs to make hair to other processes. If your hair is healthy, if your body is healthy, then your hair will also be healthy. Another thing, not understanding your hair. There's a lot of frustration in the hair community. The only reason I ever could get frustrated about my hair is the volume that I have now and the length that I have, having to deal with it all the time. But I'm not ready to cut it yet. And sometimes I do feel like maybe I would want a change, but I would really miss my hair. I love my hair, okay? And I think your hair you will see a lot of changes when you start loving your hair, when you start appreciating the texture that you have, and if there are things that you can start including into your hair practices to improve the texture and the condition of your hair, and then it rewards you and you see those differences, then you will start to love your hair. But you have to love your hair in order for you to invest that much time in it. Okay, also not understanding our hair. There's a lot of styles that we want to do with natural hair that are not really for natural hair. Okay, but there are also a lot of hairstyles that you can achieve with natural hair that will look good with your natural hair. I see a lot of people using a lot of heat because they want to straighten their natural hair, which ends up being damaged. But there's equally very beautiful hairstyles you can achieve with your kinky hair in its natural state. Okay, another thing that some people say to me is, I've cut my hair because it didn't grow, I cut it again. I don't know why people think that when they cut their hair, it does something. I'm not sure why. But if your hair is not growing, there's something that you need to address to get your hair to start growing again. I always say to my customers, unless you've had relaxed hair and you want to transition to natural hair and you want to do a big chop, that makes sense. But if your hair is natural and you're trying to grow it, cutting it doesn't make any difference. You have to address the issue that is making it hard for your hair to grow. Some of the things that I've already spoken about. Okay, tight hairstyles. Oh my goodness, I cannot even. A lot of people think that their hair won't grow, is not thick enough, it will never be healthy, but they still insist on keeping certain hairstyles, tight braids, those thin twists that pinch the hair up to here. I never understand it. And some people are doing this to their children. What will happen is that by the time this child is a teenager, mid-20s, mid-30s, that amount of damage, and then they'll expect the reversal to be less than a month. You have to instill in your children while they are young a love for their natural hair. Let them see what their hair looks like. Let them feel the texture of their hair. Let them manipulate their hair and see what works and what doesn't work. Let them love their hair. In the beginning, I've got a daughter. In the beginning, she didn't like her natural hair. She wanted hair that flows. Now that she sees my hair and she sees how her hair is growing, she's very excited about it. She loves her hair, and she also gets compliments about her natural hair, so that also boosts her confidence. So I as much as I don't say that there's anything wrong with people wearing their hair in different ways, it needs to be for the right reasons. Okay, you shouldn't do certain hairstyles just because you're avoiding your own natural texture. Okay, especially as a child. Okay, because sometimes it can really, by the time you grow up, you've never learned how to manipulate your hair, you've never learned how to work with your hair, and then you can never really see its full potential that way. Okay, protective styling. I always have my hair in 2-strand twists. As boring as it is, it's the one sure way to keep my hair. If you can think about Caucasians and Asians and all those people with long flowing hair, their protective style is their hair as it hangs or in a bun or whatever. That's the way their hair will thrive while they are wearing it like that. So for me, I don't see it as like, oh, what's the point of having such long hair if you're always going to have it in twists. That's how my hair likes to be 90% of the time. For a special occasion, or if I need to go somewhere, I can style my twist, or I can just open up my hair like I've done now, and I don't even need to use combs or brushes to do that. I have learned over many years how to work with my hair as it is without doing much damage to it, and that's how it's grown. I've spoken about heat, which is another thing. A lot of people manipulate their hair with heat. After washing their hair, they want to hair dry, use a hair dryer to dry their hair. After you've done a shampoo, the shampoo on its own strips a lot of moisture and a lot of oils from your hair. And then on top of that, you do you use a hair dryer, which will further dry your hair. Okay, and then you try with other oil products to put the moisture back. You cannot put moisture back with oil because it's oil. You're basically coating your hair and preventing any moisture from getting into your hair while it's already dry. What I do is, while my hair is damp, wet from the shower, I just wear a t-shirt, to collect any dripping water. When it's finished dripping and it's no longer dripping, I apply oil straight away. So I'm sealing in the moisture. I start with a light oil that penetrates the hair strands to strengthen my hair and also feed my hair follicles, and then I follow up with a light cream. But I will never, on wash day especially, apply a lot of products on my hair while it's wash day and while it's damp, because you don't want from day one to close or to seal your hair too much, preventing moisture. Because on days following that, whenever I shower, I expose my hair so that the steam can further hydrate my hair or moisturize my hair, and then I spray a light spritz of something like hibiscus and fenugreek tea or aloe juice. Okay, but moisture is very important, and moisture is something that's liquid, not oil. Okay, and then chemical treatments. I've spoken about hair dyes, especially to things like peroxide, which is for bleaching your hair, removing the color to achieve a blonde color. Those are very damaging. You can use some natural hair dyes, although you cannot achieve a variety of colors with them. Something like henna and indigo, you normally get browns to darker blacks when you are using a henna and indigo. But some people have products that have been released, I think on Amazon. It's a hair wax. I'm not sure how it does in terms of washing it out and how it makes the hair feel, but there's a lot of colors that you can achieve with hair wax. Something to try if you really want to change the colors. But henna and indigo is very good. I think you can see on my hair right now I've got a brownish reddish tinge. That's because of the hibiscus and also some henna. Okay, in another video I've done a henna and indigo to achieve a darker hair color on my hair. So I do like some changes to the hair color as well, but you can use plant powders to achieve this, so that you don't damage your hair with chemicals. But over and above everything that I've said, the most important thing is to believe that your hair will grow. Believe that there is something that you can do to make your hair grow. Love and appreciate the texture that you've got, and learn how to work with it. Explore plant products, especially essential oils, plant herbal powders that you can use as masks. They really make a big difference. I myself use them, and I really think that they've taken my hair journey to a different level. And what these do as well, because they coat the hair, they prevent your hair from getting split ends. The number one reason why hair breaks at the ends. Your hair at the ends is very old, so if you use something that has henna in it, it will coat the hair and prevent it from breaking. That way your hair, as your hair grows, it doesn't break, and then you can see lengths. Because all of us, our hair grows, but sometimes the same rates our hair grows, it's the same rate that the hair breaks, so then you never see the length. And sometimes some people say that the hair has been stuck at the shoulders, because at the shoulders the hair starts to rub against your clothing and gets damaged, gets split ends and starts breaking. So if you protect your hair in twists and put it up in a bun, you prevent your hair from touching your shoulders, you can see very big differences. Okay, I hope that this video was useful. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more contents. See you in the next video.